medical students in China have not been able to go back to China to complete their education. They've been on the online mode. What about their practical exams? These are doctors of tomorrow. If they do not take practical classes, how are they going to carry forward is the big question. Now, they have been protesting. Very recently, they protested, asking China to reconsider the decision to grant visas to Indian medical students studying in China and let them complete their course. We'll just listen in from these future doctors, these medical students who are now joining us. I'm very happy to welcome Advait Mastood is a student, and also Rachita Kurmi, a student. Both of them have been studying in China, right now in India. And Faisal Shaikh is the Vice President of National Students Union of India, the Mumbai branch. Faisal has been talking to these students, helping students and connecting with them. Faisal, thank you also for connecting with us. Faisal, talk to us about the magnitude of the problem. You did mention that there are 23,000 Indian students who are affected by this belligerent attitude of China in terms of not giving out visas, given concerns around COVID-19, though the pandemic has eased out in many parts of the world. And in China, there are constraints and there are problems in some areas, but not in the whole of China. And when international travel is open, it beats us completely to understand why China would do this. But yes, this matter has been raised. Talk to us about how medical students and how many of them are getting affected.
So altogether, 23,000 Indian students are currently pursuing education, that is the medical education in Chinese university. So, which involves a huge amount of loans which their parents are taking for their future studies. So, the thing is, the very strange fact is China is allowing the countries with friendly ties, that is Pakistan, Thailand and Mongolian students back to China. But the only thing is Indian students are left out.
Oh, okay.
And the reason is Ministry of External Affairs shockingly has not taken the issue way much before. The foreign minister for China has came to our country a few days before, but this thing should have been done very proactively by the center, because this is a question of 23,000 students studying in China. And to the very point which I would like to clear here, as our country was facing in the past 2 years, we were facing the stress out of the COVID-19, and doctors were the only frontline workers who have put everything their day in day out to get the country out of the danger. So these are future doctors, and I would ask the central government, the Ministry of External Affairs, to be very proactive in dealing with them, in dealing with their return to China, and also with their demand of doing clinical practice, because online education for medical students doesn't make an impact, because this is a department wherein you need hands-on experience of each and everything.
Absolutely. Yes, the question was to you. I said that, is this something that requires the intervention or the guidance of the Ministry of Health as well, and a collective effort with the Ministry of External Affairs? And if yes, if to that, then have you made any representation before the Union Health Minister? Has there been any communication? If you could tell us a little about that.
110%. This needs to be done with both the ministry coming together. NSUI, when the students have approached us initially, we have communicated the same thing to Ministry of External Affairs stating the return, and that was 1.5 months before. But after which there was no communication, this students were sidelined, and I think that the request which was made by us was felt on a deaf ears. Even the students have come down very well on this thing. They have made several requests on their own as well. They have done so many social media trends, but there's no action as of now. So yeah, the collaboration of both the ministries would really have a good impact, and these future doctors would do wonders for the country.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to wrap this up right now. Viewers,